Now, this is another special corner. We always do this pro kill fight, but he brought like a separate video for us to show you like specific tips, right? And I think we'll go to that section over and then we'll end the interview here. So we're going over the pro kill thing. He has a different video, so we can just teach you guys the pro kill fight instead of just showing the pro kill fight.
어스 슬래시를 헤드헌트로 바꿔주고 그리고 스포는 이런 식으로 찍어주고 질풍.
So in the beginning, you guys saw headhunt, right? With the blue Gilwin rune with the tripod. You know, in the beginning we explained that like headhunt is used, so we can probably refer to that at the back.
다크 악셀 여기다가 영웅 질풍.
Now for Dark Axel, you guys notice there's the purple Gilwin rune. You need this here because apparently there's like a specific combo you could do against Prokill, and we can probably see it afterwards.
그 콤보가 이거거든요. 아츠를 켠 상태에서 3법을 아츠를 켠 상태에서.
So what happened was he was doing a pattern. He used headhunt to stun. He went over with Dark Axel. He used Surge, so he got knocked back. So the Prokill's looking at the character, but he used Blitz Rush to attack him, but it went in as back attack. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? There's a back attack text here. So that's like a specific combo that all the Prokill Deathblade players do.
헤드헌트가 굉장히 카운터 판정이 좋아요. 이게 카운터 굉장히 빠르게 카운터를 칠 수 있고요.
So as you see also here, Headhunt's a really good judgment skill to land a counter, but Prokill is one of the bosses that's really difficult to land a counter. The Deathblade itself, the motion is very concise, very fast, so it lands it very often. But, you know, I just wanted to know that Prokill is really hard to land counters to. And then you see him, he's doing the combo again. Oh, so one thing you did over there was he activated Arts mode right before getting hit so that he has super armor. As you guys know, doing any identity skill, you can activate Arts for super armor to not get knocked back.
프로켈 바로 뒤에 있으면은 두 번째 레이저까지는 그냥 날먹으로 피할 수 있어요.
So another tip is, you wanted to talk about here was, as long as he does that laser thing, if you stand right behind him, you can dodge two of them very easily. And then the third one, you usually dodge to go to the exploded area to dodge the third one super easily.
PVP 모드일 때는 저렇게 위로 올라가는 패턴을 이런 식으로 올라가려고 하는데 바로 헤드헌트를 사용해서 끊을 수 있어요. 못 올라가. 삼찍 패턴이거든요.
Additional that you want to talk about is after that sword slash, right? This 3 sword slash that he does. He has a high chance to do the insta-kill red laser slash, right? Under 120 lines, he has a very chance to do this particular move. So it is important for you to think about using your headhunt right away after that pattern is completed.
이거 뭐라고 하죠?
피웅덩이?
blood pool? 쓰고 난 다음에 굉장히 높은 확률로 감금 패턴이 나와요.
So again, after these blood pools that you guys see, he also has another high chance to do that slash, that slashing mechanic. So in this particular scene, he's using the awakening to be CC immune so that he can get away with that situation. So those kind of thought processes are really important because, he happens to do these patterns very often after the pools or the 3 slashes.
이것도 이제 굉장히 아픈 패턴인데.
So for this particular one you guys saw was, the 2 dagger slashes, right? But as soon as you see him land that spear, he's going to do that final attack. Before that, you can use your headhunt to cancel it too.
여기 이제 창 위에 올라가는 이 패턴이 있어요. 이것도 이제 PVP 모드일 때는 헤드헌트로 끊을 수가 있어요. 그래서 내려와요.
So you can also cancel the specific spear pattern that he does with a headhunt as well.
이것도 이제 그 순간이동하면서 공격하는 패턴인데 이것도 헤드헌트로 끊을 수가 있어요. PVP 모드일 때만.
So for PvP mode, you can counter everything with headhunt, getting him stunned to land your combo in. So it seems like Blade style is, you land that headhunt and you're guaranteed to land that combo in. So that seems to be very nice. Also, I see that. So you see how he does a headhunt again to cancel it.
네, 이 패턴은 못 끊어요. 이제 동결 패턴인데.
So for the blue one, you can't really stun him for the blue particular glow. You have to use spacebar or your awakening to dodge that situation. And as for grab that came out after is even if you're CC immune or if you're awakening or anything, you will still get grabbed. Those are one of the moves that you need to dodge only really well.
그리고 배틀 아이템 같은 경우는 그 점토 수류탄이라는 그 배틀 아이템이 있는데 이제 요거를 사용하게 되면
So using the clay grenade is very important because it slows down pro kill a lot. It's super slow. So you can practice landing on your headhunts and then practice your combos as well.
프로켈은 여기까지고요. 별딜 한번 볼게요.
Oh, 네. Oh, he's going to show you the star DPS now.
뭐 이난나까지 뭐 안 써도 되고요. 이제 처음에 중요한 거는 화면에 무슨 색깔이 뜨는지.
So for star DPS, for those of you who are wondering, the easiest way to do it is, when the stars come out, obviously the first step that you're supposed to do is what color that you're supposed to break. In this case, he is breaking yellow. You need to get either 2 and a 1 bubble or 3 bubbles ready to go. And when you have 3 bubbles ready to go, as noticed here, he uses the surge to break one immediately before even any of the square ones come out. He's breaking it very quick. Since you have the remaining energy buff, you do additional damage on any of the normal skills, right? So he blitz rushes from the center to kill the second yellow star, and then he uses the void strike to kill the last one.
살짝 부족하다 데미지가. 그러면 소울 앱소버 1타 이렇게 1타를 쓰고 스페이스바로 캔슬.
And also additionally, he showed you guys some spacebar cancel. If you happen to make a mistake and the star isn't destroyed and is missing a little bit of HP, use Soul Observer, but you have to cancel the second hit because sometimes when you do the Soul Observer, she stabs it and she does the second hit, and sometimes it destroys the squares. That results into killing people, right? So it's important for you to just use the first hit and spacebar cancel to finish it off because that will be way enough damage to kill all the stars that is needed within the given time.
뭐 해야 될 거 있나요?
많이 한 것 같아요. Okay, so I think that's complete. So we covered everything on RE Blade. 이게 북미가 이게 좀 맨날 버스트 잔재 맨날 싸우거든요. 저 방송에서도. 그거에 대해서 혹시 얘기해 주실 수가 있으시면은
이제 로아라는 게임이 무력화나 아니면 파괴나 아니면 뭐 그 시너지나 이런 부분은 배틀 아이템으로도 할 수 있고 충분히 이제 기믹 같은 거는 굉장히 쉬운 편이잖아요, 로아가. 그래서 이제 어떻게 보면 딜을 더 추가하는 거는 버스트가 이제 딜을 더 추가하는 편이고.
So, chat. To wrap up, I asked an additional question and I wanted to, hear his opinion about this. Every time, I stream, I play my Deathblade, and even at this point, this interview itself, I know you guys are fighting about Surge and RE, right? So I asked him about, what do you think about Surge and RE and like what are the differences? Within his feedback for both of the classes, Lostark as a game, particularly gimmicks, mechanics, and battle, since you have battle items and everything else, actually in an easier standpoint. Like Lostark mechanics is actually not that hard, and there are a lot of materials that you can use to get yourself away from it. So if all that is completed, if the mechanics are not as complicated, most people are looking for damage. Now with the damage itself, Surge is higher, right? It's a given fact, but within that, for remaining energy, you have other things. So you have an easier time to do mechanics. If there's a specific mechanic that's going to be more complicated, RE is going to be a little better doing those kind of mechanics because of the overall damage increase. I mean, the consistent DPS class tend to be better at mechanics. So for that Maelstrom buff, right now, Maelstrom buff is really nice because the yearning is lower. There's less like the feast and all these different things. But nowadays, we have other options to do. We got the support, we have the feast, we have all these other things that can increase attack speed and movement speed. So as higher point in the game that it goes, which is like, in the Korea side, with the con and everything, the higher it goes, the value of Maelstrom is also dropping as well. The utility base is much better compared to Surge. And afterwards, he has said something like, after the patch of the PTR and stuff, remaining energy definitely did get a lot better, right? And it's not like equal. Even, still the Koreans usually say why you play RE instead of Surge. You guys say that all the time too. Why play RE instead of Surge? When you can just play Surge, right? It's technically true. Surge is definitely better if you just put it line up. As in, you know, Surge has the same synergy. It has a rotation of a Maelstrom buff. Maelstrom rotates a lot faster in RE, but is that buff really important? In general sense, we're all trying to say it's kind of vague, right? RE Blade's position is kind of vague because you can't really say RE is easier than Surge either, because you need to rotate way more skills at the back to perform really well, right? With all that to the consideration, this is the part that he talked about up to till. 그럼 결국에 재미 기준이네요. 그렇게 된다면 약간 애매하면은.
근데 이제 다음 밸런스 패치 때 리메이크 될 가능성이 좀 높은 축에 속해요. 이제 잔재된 기운이랑 버스트랑 쓰는 스킬이 똑같죠. 이제 이거 하나 한 자리 빼고.
So additionally, then what he wanted to talk about was, you know, after the PTR change, the classes are getting rebalanced and then reworked and stuff, right? He feels that RE Deathblade is kind of a higher up in the list in terms of the next classes that is going to be changed, because the criteria is actually met because they're trying to make each classes and each class engravies unique, and they try to push it and separate it apart. And as for RE versus Surge, they kind of use the same skills, they have the same synergy, they have the same stuff, but it's just a little bit different. Considering like next balance patch coming out in the future, you know, other classes like, you know, Glavier, RE Deathblade, Paladin, you have those kind of classes that are kind of left over compared to the historical data that which classes has been updated, right? So for those kind of stuff, it's putting it in a positive mind. Then another question that I asked was like, is there a particular reason you're playing RE and then you like RE? Is because he likes doing consistent damage at the back, you know, as a more of a change to like pianoing, right? Even with that into consideration, sometimes he do feel even if Surge was nerfed, like it tends to be still on the better side. His perspective, sometimes you kind of feel a little bit jealousy to the Surge, because the Surge's performance like super good and everyone's always talking about Surge, but as if someone who really likes RE, it's a little bit upsetting, but he's still, you know, there's some of the good stuff that we can see, that kind of stuff happening. And the fact that RE doesn't really, even though it has an advantage, doesn't have like a very unique advantage, as in saying like, is it that much easier, or is it something that is so unique and different versus Surge? So since they're pretty similar, they're basically two things that's always getting compared. And as you guys know, I even saw it during the interview, you guys were arguing about RE versus Surge, right? But that's besides the point. But that's how most of the players feel that already, because it always get compared. But you know, those are the stuff that he kind of wanted to talk about, saying like it's a little bit unfortunate, but he has, you know, having fun with playing RE, and then maybe hope to get it changed a little bit, right?
뭐 그냥 하고 싶은 거 하고 딜을 추구하면은 그 버스트를 하는 게 좋고, 그냥 이제 그냥 모든 상황에서 무난하게 나는 레이드를 즐기겠다, 무난하게 그냥 평범하게. 그러면 잔재를 하는 게 좋고요.
So I asked a question about, hey, you know, you got something to say with after all the stuff that we talked about to some of our newer Deathblade players, people who are playing Deathblade or thinking about Deathblade, and then his thought process, you know, his comments are, you know, you should, I say this all the time on my streams too, on a side note, chat, is you should play what you want. And in his point of view, if you're just passionate about damage, Surge is the right choice. But if you want to play, right, if you want to play comfort, you have no issue, you have no problem of clearing raids, right, participating in the raids. If you're not really greedy about having the most damage out of the team, RE tends to be a better choice to be more comfortable, because Surge, you know, if you miss Surge, all these things, you are stressing out to do the top damage. But if you don't do it, people generally get stressed out if they don't do that, right? But if you want to play a very solid, very fundamental, you know, very safe version of the Deathblade itself, because some of you guys chose Deathblade because of the 3 swords, right? And then you like the gameplay. That's the main reason. But if people are worried about class not being playable, which some of you guys tell me that they're worried about, but is, as he said, this the class has no problem just playing it with a common, like ordinary play style, and then you'll have no issues, no big downs and no big ups. But it's a very comfort class for you can actually play nowadays because of the additional buff that the RE blades got. So if you like the RE play style, it is definitely recommended. Personally, from me too, because some people do value comfort more than DPS sometimes. This is me. So that was like the last question that I did. So chat. So now with that concludes the interview with the Deathblade, RE Deathblade. The reason why I brought RE Deathblade again is because the RE Deathblade recently got a change, and I really wanted to hear some opinion about a player that played RE Deathblade a long time. I wanted to pick his mind about the surge as well at the very end that we talked about. We talked about a lot of the stuff about RE Deathblade. We learned a lot, right? The skill combinations, how he does this spacebar skip to make the combos more fluid, some of the new skills that can use, some of the other skills that can replace, like the fatal wave can be replaced into different skills for more stagger, more destruction, like or a little bit more damage, right? All these things, right? I think we learned everything about RE Deathblade, and it really feels like this is like a jack of all trades class if you happen to play Deathblade. So with that being said, this concludes the interview, and I'm going to ask him to say any of the closing comments. 자, 그러면 제가 아까 그 통역하고요.
네.
비디오 마무리 멘트 했거든요. 그래서 마지막으로 인터뷰 끝나기 전에 말씀하실 거 하는 시간을 가지는 게 좋을 것 같아요.
뭐 그냥 마지막 말 하는 거죠, 지금?
네, 마지막 마무리 멘트.
네. Enjoy Lostark. 네. 그냥
네.
로스타크를 그냥 뭐 잘 이제 즐겨줬으면 좋겠고, 그냥 잔재된 기운도 많이 이제 관심 가져줬으면 좋겠습니다.
네. Okay. As he said, chat is make sure you enjoy playing Lostark, and I hope you guys give some love to RE Deathblade for him. All right, guys. Say thank you to Mr. Sunma for a great time. It's very late here, chat, and every Friday, it's really hard to get these Korean players to get their, get a little bit of courage to share what they think about the game, and then I hope all these guys, get all the love so that they're more passionate about sharing some of the stuff for you guys. I hope you guys learned a lot of things. I learned a lot. So yeah, with that being said, chat. All right, spam all those ding dongs as you can because it's the end of the end of the video. All right, everyone. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
감사합니다.